Okay, we're gonna jump right into this. I tried some liquid latex first, and as you can see, it started caking up. I must have an old one, and it literally just started peeling off. I know you can use a glue stick, but I did not have one of those at home, so I decided let's just use what I have. So we're gonna go in with the MAC Pro Longwear paint pot. This is in soft ochre, and then I'm gonna brush those brows up and just really cake on the concealer there. The goal for this is to have our eyebrows going straight up towards our temples rather than arching down, so we're eliminating the tail of our brows. And I'm going in with quite a few layers and just packing that on and then using some powder to set it. And then I'm going in again with more just to kind of get rid of it. And giving it time between each application is key. And then I actually went in with this Morphe palette and just added a little bit of orange shadow. I was going to use orange concealer, but I could not find mine. And it'll eliminate kind of those dark spots there, and then I'll put concealer right back over it. I just used a Benefit concealer here that's just a little bit lighter, and then it concealed everything. Then I'm powdering one more time before going in with the rest of my concealer on my face. This is just the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Neutral, and I'm just gonna do my makeup like usual for the most part. There's just gonna be a couple extra steps, like right here, I'm kind of adding that dramatic crease under my eye there with the concealer, because we're gonna really want that nice and sharp eye look going right to our temple. Then we're gonna set that with some powder again, and then we're gonna move on to the rest of the face. So I am going to bronze everything, but I'm gonna over bronze a little bit just to give it like that dark, deep shadows all around the face, in the neck especially. I'm going in with a makeup sponge here and some banana powder and just carving out, kind of just baking the face right here. And we're gonna just leave that sit for a while. And then we're gonna work on these brows. I'm using the KVD Vegan Beauty, the brow pomade. I used to use this stuff so much when I didn't have microbladed brows. This is in the shade Auburn, and it kind of has like that chocolatey brown color, and I really like it. And I'm using the brush that KVD Beauty also has, and it works really well to give those hair-like strokes, and I'm giving myself a very full, bushy brow look. Let's just say I'm here for these bushy brows, but also on an everyday basis, this is not for me. But love how it turned out, and then we're going to be moving on to the next step. Since we're doing quite a bit of eyeshadow, I decided to use these shadow shields. It will help catch any fallout. I'm going in with just like a neutral tan beige shade and going in the crease and going way out. I'm using the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and then this is the darker shade. I love this shade, and I use this usually in my outer corner, but we're gonna bring this all the way out and just create that dramatic kind of pulled eye effect. Then we're going to go in with this light shimmer shade, and we're going to pack that all over the lid. Then once that's on there, we're going to blend some more of that dark shade, kind of more in that V motion on the outer corner there, and it'll blend that shimmer shade. And then we're going to take off those shadow shields and then touch up anything that needs to be touched up. With that same darker shade, we're going to use that under the eye and buff it all out. Here's the photo I found on Pinterest, and this is kind of what I've been basing this entire look off of. I just loved the makeup here, and that was my inspiration. Back to the makeup, we're gonna wing it out here. I did a really skinny wing just because my eyes are very hooded, and I feel like if I wanted that really wide angle look, that it has to be this skinny line, because I also didn't want to mess it up, because you know me, I would probably mess it up and have to restart the whole thing. So here we're just dragging that liner down to the inner corner. I kind of had some trouble here, so I ended up going in with a more precise brush to kind of get a better line. And then we're also drawing another line right below that. As you can see, it's very sloppy, but I will fix it later. But I'm going to go in with some more shadow here and really blend that all out right under that line, and then take a more precise brush and do a darker shadow, kind of fixing that. Here's where it kind of gets more defined. And we're gonna jump in with some blush. This is from Bare Minerals. It's their Gen Nude blush, and I love how like dark and deep it is. Then we're gonna put on some highlighter. I'm gonna put it on my nose, down the bridge of my nose, on what's supposed to be my brow bone and my cupid's bow, and I feel like that turned out really nicely. And then we're gonna clean up all of that extra powder and then move on to the nose. So this was fun. It took me a little bit of time to get the right shape, but I'm using that KVD Vegan Beauty pomade again because it lasts so long and it's very hard to smudge. This is in, I believe the shade is still Auburn, so the same color that I used for my brows. and then I really colored it in, got inside my nose and everything. And then we're gonna move on to the hair. I decided to do a half up look with this. So I put my hair up in a half top knot, and then we're gonna create some werewolf-like hair going down my face. So I have this Topic Hair Building Fibers stencil and spray, and I've used it before, but I haven't used it too much, and I figured this would be perfect to create that faux hair look on my face. It's super easy to do, and I just kind of went with what I thought would work best and then kept building it up. And then on the center, I wanted a widow's peak for more of that wolf-like look, so I kind of angled it down. It didn't work too well at first, so I ended up going in with that same brow pomade, and that actually ended up working out the best. Before I added more hair, I went in and deepened my cheekbones with some bronzer. This is just an eyeshadow brush, and I went in and just kind of really carved out that cheekbone. And then here is where I go in with that pomade, and I'm creating hair-like strokes with that same angled brush, and it really worked well. I kind of went in like crosshatch motion at first, but this brush just works super well. And I did this on both sides and kind of just made sure that I was kind of even as I could be on both. One side always turns out better than the other, but hey, nobody's perfect, and we're working with what we got, right? I think it turned out pretty good. After I went back and forth for a while, I went on to creating more of those hair-like strokes along my hairline and bringing that widow's peak down. So again, back to that same pomade and that same brush, and then just built it up until I thought it looked good. So I went pretty, it was a kind of weird because bringing my hairline down that low was just very odd for me, and I felt like I looked so weird, but hey, it's Halloween, right? What do you expect? After that, I contoured my nose with the same bronzer and kind of brought it all the way up to my eyebrows as well. Threw on some lipstick. This is Stone from Dose of Colors, and then put some mascara on. This is the Urban Decay Lash Freak Mascara. I love this mascara, but we're going to be covering it up with some lashes anyway. Taking a pause to feel myself, and then moving on. I decided to change the lip color to Truffle instead of Stone. I felt like it was just a better fit. And then we're going to We're going to carve out our jawline. I love how this ended up giving just so much shape and sharpness. And then I also added some hair-like strokes on the neck, you know, because a werewolf is hairy, am I right? After I was done with the hairy neck, we moved on to lashes. These are actually the Ardell Dummy Wispies, my favorite lashes, and I just trimmed them and put them more on the outer side for that more cat eye effect, and they looked so good. Curled the rest of my hair and then moved on to the finishing touches. I went in with this light metallic shade in the inner corner, and then we are done. This is also the part where I realized I forgot my fangs and can't find them. But after going to the Halloween store in my outfit, I found me some fangs, and here's the final look. As for my outfit, I just wore all black and then threw on a faux fur vest, and that worked perfectly. I had my gold jewelry on, and that's about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Give this video a thumbs up if you did, and if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.